Nothing really to report since the last time I saw you.
Would you talk a little bit about the defensive secondary? Because you've got some people dinged up, and you also have to figure out how you're going to deal with the next month.
Yeah, hopefully Jamel Dean will be back. We'll see what he can do today. Richard have another week under his belt. Pierre, everybody else. Mike and Jordan will start at safety if Antoine can't come back, and we'll just see how the week plays out. But we've got enough guys that we're more than ready. We'll be ready.
What was the diagnosis on Carlton's quad injury?
Quad injury. So, pulled muscle. Yeah.
Is there a reasonable timetable for how long he might be out?
No, not really.
Another star cornerback just became available in Stephon Gilmore. I know that you're obviously very dinged up at that position. Is that a guy that you guys have reached out to or will take a look at?
I've been in meetings all day. I'd have to talk to Jason about that. But we kick the tires on everybody that's available. So we'll see if it's a fit, it's a fit. But if it's not, it's not.
Bruce, would you, just knowing what you know about the corners and their injuries right now, do you think you need to make additional moves? Or are you okay with when you think they'll be coming back?
The two that are Sean and Carlton, I don't see either one of them coming back anytime soon. But I'm fine with the other guys we have.
In your experience, when a team gets the injury bug, like I know last year it hit the wide receiver group hard, is it usually one group or is it usually kind of spread out around the whole roster?
It's always different. You never know. And I mean, I've had it where we lost all our tackles. I've had it where we've lost all our tight ends. So it comes and it goes, and it's the next man up. That's why you have a roster, and you build that roster with depth so that injuries are going to happen. Very, very seldom. Last year was a very lucky year that we lost 3 or 4 guys, different positions. But, hopefully we'll get some of them back as we continue to get through the season.
How would you compare last year's depth to this year's depth in that position group?
I think this year's now a little bit deeper, with the addition of Rashad and Pierre and Sherm. D's come on. He's done a good job. So, yeah, I think we're a little bit deeper than we were last year.
How optimistic are you about JPP? Was he close last week?
He tried it. He wasn't really close, but he tried it because it's JPP. Well, like I said, we'll see more today and tomorrow.
What about with Gronk? Any idea when he might be back out there?
He's riding the bike, so we'll see how it goes.
It's 2 weeks in a row that you go up against a head coach that has a long history with Tom Brady, knows his strengths, his weaknesses. How the Patriots handled him Sunday, how does that help give you a sense of what you might expect with?
It's very similar. I mean, I think this secondary is a lot better than the one we just played. But they spent a lot of money in the secondary. So, but yeah, I think Coach Flores does a heck of a job with that defense, and it's a very similar defense. We have to play a hell of a lot better inside the 30-yard line than we did last week, and we'll be fine.
What does it say about your defense with all the guys that they've lost and the new people that you've had to put in there, for them to be able to make the stand they did on the Patriots' final drive to force a really long field goal attempt?
Yeah, that was outstanding. I thought defense was really good all night, creating turnovers, forcing field goals. And so, yeah, I think we're just going to get better and better as the guys back there get more experience and know the system. So I think our coaching staff did a hell of a job with those guys, and they really showed up.
It kind of got lost in the chaos of the last 2 minutes there. But that play Levante made to knock down a pass to get a hand up kind of while he was engaged with a blocker, that changes the game. I mean, if they get that first down.
There's no doubt. Yeah, that's a game-winning play. That's a game-changing play, and that's what you expect from your best players.
You got a much better performance out of your pass rush this past week than you did against the Rams. What can you build off of in this past performance that you can try to carry over against the Dolphins?
Very similar. I think they're going to come out in some 2-back sets also, and but they're a great screen team, so we have to watch it. But I think the front four did a good job. We also blitzed and had different pressures, so I think we'll continue to do that, no doubt. And I think Joe's getting better and better. Vita's been playing outstanding, and Wills has a couple of sacks 2 weeks in a row, so that's a whole group just getting a little bit better.
As much as you want JPP back as soon as possible, along with the other injuries, how much does it help having the benefit of Joe Tryon showing you could put him in there? There's really not much of a drop off with him in the game.
It's fantastic. That's the depth of the roster. You know, that's what you're trying to build for at every position, so that there's not a big drop off. And when a guy gets an opportunity, he makes the best of it.
We knew about Winfield getting the concussion. We knew about Carlton and quad. Are there any other new injuries that popped up in Sunday's game?
Not right off the top of my head, not that I can think of.
If you're looking at one or two things that you want people to concentrate on this week, get better from what has been done in the past weeks, what are those one or two things for this week?
The number one thing would be mental errors. You know, communication errors, which shouldn't be hard because we're at home. You know, receivers hearing audibles and things like that we messed up on the road this week. But, you know, we eliminated the pre-snap penalties. We had one that really wasn't a penalty, but so that was a major emphasis last week. Protect the football, take it away. We did all those things last week, so just continue to grow in that area, and then, again, eliminate mental errors.
It was this point last year when you guys made a conscientious decision after the Bears game, okay, we can't afford any more of these penalties. These can't happen. And you guys went from, like, most penalized team in the league to least penalized in that amount of time. What needs to be done conscientiously to be able to get back to that?
Yeah, I mean, pre-snap penalties, that's just concentration. And like I said, it's an effort by the players to eliminate it because coaches talk about it all the time. So, that, you know, September football, you find out what your football team's all about. We talked a lot about it Saturday night, about what we were as a September football team and what we need to be better at in October.
First, if Ross wasn't your nickel right now, who'd be the next guy you plug in inside of nickel?
Mike, probably.